Welcome back to the Jeff and Hammy Show. I'm Hammy.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm going to turn it over to Jeff, but this is a big day for us. This is number 20 episode.
Man. We made it.
We made it 20 episodes, man. So
yeah, and we're still friends.
Yeah, we're still friends. Give me some.
Right.
All right, so Jeff's going to be the head coach. He is the head coach here, by the way, and I'm the head trainer. So Jeff's going to go over. He's got a workbook here, so I have no idea what he's talking about. But let's go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, so, obviously we have a lot of these training episodes we're doing, and I finally compiled a book. It's called How to Sell a Car Everyday Training Guide. And as I've just been going through kind of the process, every week we kind of do a different topic. But today I want to talk about what's called the write-up. And if you've ever seen that, it's the actual sheet that presents the numbers, presents the payment, and is really your the way that you make money. It's how you work. And there's a couple different ways that I've seen people that make great money. I saw a young man here that used to work in the back office. Is now one of the top guys for 14 months in a row. And he's just an expert at going through what they call the write-up. Okay, and I just want to give you guys a few keys, and I'm going to hear a few thoughts on what Hammy thinks too. But it really is your workflow and how you present numbers to people can really determine if you're making a many or sometimes if you're going to be able to hold gross. And you've got to be fluid. And I found a quote from John Wooden. He says, repetition is the key to success. John Wooden was a basketball coach, but there is something about learning the numbers and presenting the numbers the same way every time. No matter how many different customers you have, you've got to be good at presenting the numbers. Wouldn't you say that, Mike?
I would totally agree with that. Like going from basketball, making that free throw shot when nobody's out there guarding you. How many those guys over their lifespan got to the NBA probably have taken maybe 1 million shots throughout their career, and just day after day after day just taking that free throw shot. It's all about the mechanics, and that what that leads to is believability. When you say it with conviction and there's no hiccup in your voice and it comes out believable, that's when customers are going to pay the price.
Right. And I know if I haven't practiced my numbers, if you get in front of somebody and the price of my car and $42,000, you can see how people can go like, oh my gosh, it's a big enough purchase as it is. That's why it's so important to really be fluid, to be quick, to be right to the point so people aren't overwhelmed. Because believe it or not, buying a car is actually the second biggest purchase people make in their life. So the first thing I like to do when you get to the write-up stage is you want to make people feel comfortable. I always love to ask the question, would you guys like to title this in your name or in both of your names? That's a great leading question into actually getting their information to get the write-up going. You're assuming, saying, hey, how do you guys want to title this vehicle? Is it in your name or is it in both of your names? And a lot of times like, we're going to title it in both of our names. Well, great. That's a really good first step as you're getting all the information. And the second thing I do is, so once you get all their information at our dealership, most dealerships is the same way. You're going to go talk to your manager. He gives you the write-up to now show to your customers. One of the things, if I can land on, there's a lot here, but just a couple things to get is I like to not use the price of my car is $52,000. That sounds pretty intimidating if you're trying to chomp off a payment. So I like to say, here's the price for mine. If they have a trade-in, here's the price for yours. Here's your down payment. Here's the protection side with all the warranties, and here's your payment. And then you can literally just be quiet. So many times I've seen guys, they talk so much, and people are blown away by all the magnitude. There's so many numbers. So again, if we were to say it, here's the price for mine. They have a trade-in. Here's the price for yours. Here's your down payment. Here's the protection side. Your car qualifies for the warranty. Here's your payment. Okay? And then you be quiet. And I know it's going to be hard when you first start to do this because you want to just talk. You want to tell them everything else and the interest rate and this and that. But there's something about making it really simple and letting them come to the table and then ask the questions. And I've seen guys that are successful. Some of the most successful guys really keep it simple.
I like to set the table a little bit. So I'll be, when we're done with the test drive, Are you looking to just buy this car, or are you looking for financing just as we're walking? And so I try to make it kind of casual. But then when the customer, when we sit down, and I would ask if they have a current car, what their payment is, and what their what their payment goal is. Because if we're on a vehicle that's $50,000 and they're asking for a $300 payment, we got a problem there. So we need to address that. And a lot of the times customers don't understand budgets. They don't understand, like, hey, divide the math from 60 months or 17 months into that dollar figure without any interest, and that payment's way above that already. So setting the table and setting expectations. If customers kind of come in with a vehicle and it has $5,000 negative equity and it was only a $22,000 vehicle new, and now they want a $35,000 vehicle and they're looking for the same payment, hey, do you have a huge down payment? Because that's not going to work.
Yeah, and that's something that hopefully you've kind of done on the lot a little bit. You've kind of asked some pre-qualifying questions. So when you get down to the numbers, hopefully you've already kind of said, hey, remember we talked about it. This is what your payment's going to be. So the second is that's with the trade. Here's the payment. Here's the price for mine. Here's the price for yours. Here's the warranty. Here's your monthly payment. Okay. Now here's another way to do it without a trade. Here's the price for mine, okay? Then if I have a pretty big discount on the car, I'm going to say, here's your discount of $1,000. Here's your discount of a rebate of $2,000. I'm going to let them know, here's the value. You're getting a rebate of $2,000. That's the time to bring up the money to show them all the money they're saving on the car. So here's the price for yours. Here's your rebate of $2,000. Here's your money down. Here's the protection package. Your car qualifies for the warranty. Here's your monthly payment. Okay? And then just be quiet. Again, I'm telling you how simple it is. And then let them come to the table with, okay, well, what about this? What about that? But you're getting really good at getting quick, you're getting smooth, and you're getting right to the point.
The customer's going to come up with the objection.
They're going to let you know.
They're going to let you know that's a budget that they can afford. They may say, well, is that the best interest that I could get, or that I was hoping for this payment here, or something that's of that nature. You just sit back and let them look at it. They're going to look down at it when they're working through their mind and their budget. And I always call this here. I learned this a long time ago from a trainer that the first trainer I ever trained with back in the 90s when I sold cars for a little while. He says it's called the kitchen table budget. People come in with an idea of what they want for their trade, what they want to pay for your car, and what their payment's going to be. And then sometimes that's not realistic expectations, and we got to get them off of their expectations to what a realistic expectation is. And one thing I would tell you, Jeff, if we close the first, it's called a write back, but in the industry we also know it as a pencil. If we close that first pencil, that's going to give us most likely a commission. That's the best commission we're going to make, right?
Yeah.
All right. So if you get good at presenting the numbers and presenting with believability, that's going to make you a better living than if you're going to get a bunch of minis and work for volume because you're not selling anything with a commission. You still have to do the same amount of work. You might as well get paid to do it.
Yeah, and then you can call that a write-up, a write-back, a pencil, however the dealership calls it. I like to kind of keep it the write-up and the sheet kind of all the same. Keep it simple, but at the end of the day, you want to be fluid. You want to be confident in making it simple. Because if you're confused and if you've got too many things going on, then the customer's confused, and we know a confused customer doesn't buy. So I can't tell you how many times I've even heard some people that are long-winded on their pencils, and I'm exhausted. I'm like, I don't even know if I want to buy this car, and I'm just tired listening to the guy. So
it's happened to me
quick.
when I was new.
Yeah, we've all done it. Be quick, be smooth. Okay, and
practice this with one of your guys at your store or gals. Like, find somebody that you could team up with, that you could practice these things with, and so you're smooth and you're confident when you go over that. Find a partner that you could work with and do things with, because I wish I would have had more of that in the beginning. It cost me a lot of money in the beginning. I made a lot of minis. So I remember the first time I sold 20 cars, and I got the I got the check for $4,900, all $200 minis plus my bonuses.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work for not making
Yeah,
$5
and
grand.
I think this last year you made that in one sale.
I've done I've done 10,000 in a day. So let alone one sale I've gotten at. You know, yeah. So
to recap here, if we were to say you want to know the terminology on the write-up, the pencil, whatever you want to call it, you want to present efficiently, quickly. And the last thing is you want to practice, practice, practice. And the better you can do at this, the more money you're going to put in your pocket, the easier people are going to be able to get to a decision, and the smoother and quicker you're going to be, and really more effective.
100%.
And that's what I want to go over today. Pretty simple.
All right. That's for something for you to work on this week. We're going to try to get back on track here. We've been super busy here for the last few weeks and kind of got off track. So, but we're trying to get at least one video out a week. We're the only trainers I know on YouTube that are currently in the business selling cars and putting out new material on a weekly basis.
We both have deals we got to get to later today.
Yeah, we both got appointments. I had one earlier. I have another one coming, and we got to work. But we're going to try to get that material out. Remember, we're in the business. We're in the trenches with you, and not just somebody that sold cars 10 or 20 years ago. We're here today doing it, and today selling. So, anyways, I want to thank you again for watching Jeff and Hammy Show. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.